Hello everyone, today I'm gonna do some critique on the 14th video, so let's get started. So this is the first one. So it seems like it has a concert vibes, but the first two rows kind of breaks the consistent of the full frame right there. So for me personally, I like to fill the frame, so without leaving all those white spaces in between. So I will, as long as you continue using the space to space out, that's fine too. As long as you keep consistently posting landscape, that's fine for in my opinion. So but for me, my personally style, I don't post with the white space in the top and bottom, so it feels fill the frame more for me. So next one. So I like the leading lines using the fence right here in this picture, and I noticed that you're using consistently in the middle one black and white. So the only thing that sorry, this picture kind of like far away. You have been posting all the pictures kind of close up, and I can see this one is offset a little bit, but I will post this one with another kind of medium range also. So just make sure that it's consistently throughout, because you have a semi close, and then this one kind of like a lot of rooms, especially there's a little bit of bright lines right there. It kind of like distracted my eyes a little bit. So that's just my advice on that, but good job on keeping consistently posting in the middle slot all the black and white, so consistently done, so nice. Next one. So I like the use of the rainbow prism right here, and I have a suggestion is that if you have a shoot with the same outfit, trying to mix it up. So because I can see the same outfit within like couple rows in a row. Maybe you can change up, post a gray color and then post another red color right there. And this one seems like tilted a little bit. I will rotate it back to perpendicular to the ground. So like there are a lot of headroom, and then there's some like tilted for the lines in the background. So that's just my advice on the cropping. So just make sure that they are consistent, because I can see that this one cropping, this picture cropping too close in a square format, and then the center one cropping nicely, and then this one tilted to the left. So just make sure the cropping is consistent also. Okay. Next one. So I like the tone in this one. Nice dark tone in the feed overall. So nicely done in the dark tone. So for this picture, there are some white column in the side. I will crop it closer so that it's more focused on the portrait, that one. And other than that, I like the bokeh in this one. Nice bokeh. And just make sure that there are less distraction. I'm not sure if this tilted one is good. For me personally, I like to see like very perpendicular for my own preference, but maybe you have a reason to do the tilted. So but I like the prism that you use, like reflected a little bit of prism in the lower half. That's nice. So nice done. So next one. So when I first landed on this way, I thought this is a blank space. So just to make sure that I know, like when you look at individual picture, it's very nice, minimalistic. It's nice with the lower crop on the bottom, but when it's in the square format, it feels like very empty for me. You can pose one portrait close up and then pose a far away and then pose another close up like this. So next one. So this one, I can see a portrait right here. Make sure that the car is not distracting a lot, because it's like the car is next to the head part. Just make sure that wait for the car to pass away, then do another portrait. I like the framing on the tree to the portrait, like wrapping around the head. It's very nicely framed. But the car right there, it kind of distracted my eye a little bit, the car next to the head part. So just make sure that it's clean. If the car went away a little bit further, you can just step closer to the portrait so to let the body block the whole row in the back, so that it's cleaner for the background. Next. So I like the use of the prism in this pattern right here. It creates a nice pattern on this side. It feels like that you just coming out of some kind of like cloud, like flower cloud. It's very nicely done. So I like this composition right there. And the color in this one is very nice too. It's very sharp in focus. So I like that also. From the feed consistency standpoint, the only thing for the first row, I will crop this one closer like this, because you can see that the third slot has a lot more headroom than the first and second. Just make sure the third slot right here has the same amount of headroom as this crop right there, so that it feels like consistent throughout the whole feed. So that's just my take on that consistency on the first row. Next one. So I like the black tone in here also, like the low light tone. Another the same advice is that it seems like tilted to the left for me. I want my image tilted like perpendicular to the ground, so it's more aligned to the ground, kind of like, because the reason is that, so this one is more aligned to the ground, so perpendicular to the ground. This one is tilted to the left. I will rotate to the right a little bit to make sure that these lines are parallel, like all those lines are nicely aligned to the ground. So because it looks better from far away from the whole feed standpoint, because unless you have certain pattern, like, because if you have this one nicely like perpendicular to the ground and then this one tilted, it doesn't look nice right next to each other. So that's just my opinion on the tilting on that. So next one. So I like the overall vibes in this one. I really like the color in here. From the dark tone consistency standpoint, I will post so because you post a dark one, you post a light one, and then post another light one. So I will post a dark one, post a light one, and then post another dark one, like that, instead of posting two light one next to each other. I like this the mood with the hair also, so it's nicely done. And the same thing about the tilting. This one tilted to the left a little bit. I will tilt it, rotate to the right to make sure that this is perpendicular to the ground. So that's my take on that. Next one. So I like the depth of field in this feed right here. It's nicely like bokeh. I like the use of the frame in this one. It's nicely have the foreground in the green and then the background in green and the portrait in the center. So I love that one. This one is nicely framed also. Just a little bit of those white area, even though it's kind of like distracted my eyes a little bit off the shoulder. So just make sure that you can move the camera to the left so that the body will block those white lines. Just a little bit of the white lines tilted out. So be sure to focus on all those small details in the background. Just make those details will make the image cleaner in the overall look and feel. I think this is the last one. So I like the focus on this portrait. It's very nice. And you have a black and white and a color, and then black and white alternative. I like the alternative going on. And the street portrait, I would use a bigger aperture just to blur out the building in the back a little bit more, because right now kind of like they are almost in the same focus. If you just blur out a little bit more, it stands out this jump, because this is a very nice jump in the center of the street. I really like that. Or what you can do is just crop it closer so that it creates an even higher impact, because all those sky right there, it kind of distracted my eyes a little bit. But once you crop it closer, the viewer's eyes, the first eye will be attracted on this jump of the portrait right there. So that's just my opinion on that cropping right there. But overall, I like the motion and then the expression on this photo. So good job. So that's it for today's the critique video. Stay tuned for more video coming up. Thanks. Bye.